Hey everyone, it's me, the Gaming Soda 123. Today in lesson 1 of my new series called, well, if you read the title you should already know, A Guide to Everything Overwatch. Since many of my in real life friends that play this game too, as well as many friends I've picked up along the way, I decided, hey, why not make a series guiding them to at least Platinum? All my friends are gold or lower, sad face. So, with those last words, let's get into the part you have all been waiting for, the actual guide. List of things to talk about for Tank Guide, Zarya, Lesson 1. So, I'm going to talk about some stuff about how to do Zarya. I am a mid-masters tank player. I have over 100 hours on Zarya on combined PlayStation and PC. So, Zarya's abilities are called Bubble. Well, it's not actually called Bubble, but that's how everyone calls it. So we got Bubble, terrible, I can't draw. Then we got Outward Bubble, so we have Projected Bubble, or Projected Barrier, whatever you want to call it. And then you of course you got your cannon thingy. Yeah, whatever. It projects a beam of light at your opponent, and as you get hit more, it gets better, it gets more damage, and goes longer range. And finally, one of your best abilities, and your ultimate, is called Graviton Surge. So this thing, it's actually purple, whatever, okay. You know what, I'm just gonna give up. Graviton Surge, so, I'll get to bubbles in a minute. But, Graviton Surge, you hit Q, and it projects out of this, project out of your cannon, and then it sucks enemies in from a radius. So the best way I can describe it is like you throw it out to a specific point, and then everybody this close to it just gets sucked into the middle. So in later lessons I will talk about this more, but yeah. So how to use these abilities, this is where we start to get into the bubbles. Oh man, that's a lot of clicking. You know what? I'll just make a new one. Just give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me. First time I'm making this video, so bubble. Your bubble is a very crucial weapon, or not weapon, ability. So what you want to do is say you have a teammate, yeah? So here's your teammate, and here's you. A little pink hair. I don't know. Yeah, so this is you. This is Zarya. This is you. You are controlling Zarya. Let's say there's a lot of fire coming in on this enemy, and let's say his health bar is like there. If with your particle cannon thingy, if you're pointing it at them, and you press one of your E, I have it set to a different button because I'm weird, but if you press E, a bubble will come around these, and then when the bullets hit your bubble, it just stays here. It just stays, and then eventually the bubble will break. But the reason why the bubble is so good is because every bullet that hits your bubble makes your cannon stronger. So it has this little orb thingy, and as more bullets hit it, it gets bigger, and as even more it gets really big, and then eventually you can just spray for days. Like, your cannon does insane amount of damage. You can just kill everything, pretty much. So that's really that. The next thing I want to show you is how to it's the same thing for your own bubble. Is like, if bullets hit it, you go stronger, you do more damage, you get more range. So the bubbles are really good, like when you're really close, when they're gonna hit you. Like, let's say they're running Rhine, you can just run forward and bait the Rhine into swinging at you, then bubble, tank the damage, back up, and now you do extra damage for the fight. So it's a really good ability. Bubble timing. So one thing I want to get at is bubble timing. Okay, we're gonna go back to this example. This is you, and this is your teammate. Your teammate is really weak health, and you have a healer coming around the building. So let's say this is a wall, and then you have a healer, like, coming around. You can see, like, Anna's gun pointing out. She's gonna come around, and she's gonna try and heal him. But she's not there yet, and incoming fire. When low health, and your healer's not there yet, just to buy your healer more time to get back, you want to bubble. You want to bubble this teammate. Because then, A, you get stronger. B, the teammate will most likely survive if Anna hits her shots. And that they waste energy and focus trying to hit you and your teammate. So yeah, that's pretty much one of the best times to bubble a teammate. One of the best times to bubble yourself is, let's say this is your Rhine. He's holding up a shield like he does so well. And this is you. You can run forward into oncoming fire and then bubble yourself. This, like, in the early fight, this is one of the best things you can do as Zarya, because you get all that charge and your gun becomes really strong, and then you can just back into your Rhine to protect yourself. You can get healing, whatever you need, pretty much. So that's basic bubble timing. I will get more in depth as we go later into the series. And then one of the last things I want to talk about today is when to use right click. So Zarya's gun, I'll draw an accurate depiction of it here. Here's the thingy. So Zarya's gun has two different fires. This is just annoying me. Hold on a second. You know what? Whatever, dude. I don't even care. So one of the better ones is the beam attack. So like I showed in many previous examples, is the beam attack is pretty good against like heroes like Genji, Reinhardt, and Moira. Because Moira, if you have a big enough bubble and you have a lot more charge than you would at 0, then you can outdamage Moira every single time. And you have a bubble, so even if she does get you low, you can just back up and then you can bubble yourself and back up, and then whenever she uses her grasp, then it does extra damage for you, and then you get healed because you have a bubble, and your healers hopefully heal you, but that's a different story for a different time. Yeah, so I recommend using this like during the mid fight when you're kind of up close and brawling. But there's also another way to fire her gun. See, the orb is this thing, so she can also fire orbs. Each orb takes up 25 ammo. Or is it 50 ammo? I think it's 25. Yeah, it's 25. Yeah, so it's 25 ammo each one. Wait. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm just second guessing myself. I'm sorry. I'm kind of new to this genre of videos, as you may see. I don't make a lot of guide videos, so this is my first one. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, each one takes 25 ammo, so you get 4 a clip. But one of the best things you can do is when your gun is when you only have like, so this is like the picture of the gun in the corner, whatever, and then this is your amount. If this is below 25, let's say I'm at 1 out of 100 ammo, I can still fire one of these. I just have to have some ammo left. But each one takes up 25. So let's say I have 1 ammo. Let's say I have 26 ammo. Then I'll be able to shoot 2 more, I think. Yeah. Because it doesn't, you can still shoot it, you'll just have to reload. So that's kind of one of the drawbacks, is like it takes up a lot of your ammo. And your gun itself has pretty much ammo without even firing those. But they are pretty good. So one time when you're supposed to right click, it really depends on the situation you're in, but it's really up to your decision. But like one of the best examples I can give is early fight. You're right. They're just coming back to point, right? Like enemy team is just coming back to point here. Um, they're just rushing here on the point, and you as Zarya behind your Rhine. Let's just say this Rhine. You can fire orbs as they're coming in. Fire it onto their backline because it does splash damage, and it just annoys the heck out of their backline because then your Rhine can push forward while you're like throwing them into the backline. Because then the backline's getting like hit and like getting pushed around because of the orb, and they can't aim as well. And then you can just push into them, and they have to focus on healing themselves and their teammates. So you have to really split their mind, and then you can just get a free push here and cap A or B, whatever point it is. Um, yeah, that's probably one of the best examples I can give. Another one is like when Orion's charging at you. So here's a wall, and then Orion's coming at there, and like you're here. When he hits the wall, you can fire an orb into him, and then just start beaming him, because the orb gives you extra damage. I recommend having full ammo, so make sure you reload before this. But you can orb into him for 25 ammo, and then you just laser him down, quite literally. And you can bait with just running at him, and then you can bubble, and they'll swing into you for more damage. And since he's charging, most likely when he's charging, he's only ever charging away from his team. So let's say this is his team, right here. Just disregard this example. Say this is his team. His Ryan's probably charging in there, so you can he's soloed off. His team cannot get to him unless they all move, which then you can just get around behind them, and then you can get here, wedge them in between the wall, you and the rest of the team. So whenever Orion's charging, he's probably charging away from the team. So you can hit him with your orb for 25 and then laser him down. And if his team decides to come get him, then you just back away into your team and take behind him, and then you just smash pin them against the wall, quite literally. So that was it, everyone. I look forward to next week, where episode 2 will be coming out. I have big plans for the series, as I'm a mid-master tank player, and these guys, I'm sure, will help anybody below mid-plat, as Overwatch, in my opinion, is a game of strategy. Remember to hit that subscribe button as you exit out the door, and if you ever need a little entertainment in your life, you can check out my stream, t.tv/fad, FSD, FSD, FSG, and yeah, I will see you next week. Bye-bye.